We brought together 3 experienced notary professionals to review different notary journals and share which ones work best in real-world use.
Just whenever.
Yeah, whenever, yeah.
Okay.
It's really cute.
I would call this my summer journal.
I use a pink journal, like bright pink.
It's so bright and sunny and fun. I love the flowers.
I'm really into the cover.
Let's take a look on what's the inside, because obviously that's what matters.
It looks like there's so much space to write everything, which is nice, but I think it's taking up a lot of space with these like check marks.
I'd probably fill 4 of these up in a month.
I feel like if you're working at a UPS store, if you're working at like a high volume store, you're gonna run through this so quickly.
I do see a place for comments and a record number, but it's only on some of the segments.
This is very confusing to me, and I don't like how small the ID information section is. So I feel like I wouldn't be able to put all the information that I'm required to put in there.
I feel like these big chunks, I would just go through this journal way too fast.
It's not an easy flow through.
There's some cool things in here, but I feel like this format is not for me. It'll do the job.
All right, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, first of all, I love the leather-bound feel of this one. I don't know what kind of animal this is, but it's just kind of a cool little like logo.
It looks like a moleskin notebook. Like I'm about to like whip this out in an art museum and sketch.
I like the paper. It's got a hard bound. It's even got a little bookmarker here.
It lacks a place for comments or additional information.
The flow through I like on here. You've got, the signature's a little bit on the tiny side.
I do like the layout. I really wish the signature for the signer was at the end, especially the thumbprint. Whenever I have to get a thumbprint, it's so easy if it's at the end of the book for them to just do this.
You be careful, it gives you an opportunity for a thumbprint, but check to make sure that's something you should be doing. And then also recording ID card information. Again, know your state's laws always.
So my favorite thing about the journal is actually the cover. It looks really good.
Whoever's manufacturing this notary journal, I want this for my diary, okay?
I really love the binding. I love the hardcover, the durable. I love that it has like almost 400 journal entries. Just not a huge fan of the layout.
Okay, notary journal logbook, I mean straightforward, hardcover.
And this one, the flow through of it's a little easier to go through and read.
Date of commission, commission number, jurisdiction. Yes, I love that.
So the signature space is so tiny. It would be hard for some people to fit their signatures in there.
If they got rid of these sections here with all the checkoffs, you can get everything scooted over.
Sometimes we use credible witnesses for ID. When you use a credible witness, if you use one credible witness, you don't need to write down all their ID information, you just need them to sign.
The fee section here, it wouldn't allow you to make any notes about any additional fees you charge, such as travel fees or signing fees. So that would be problematic, and of course there's no place for comments.
I like the layout. I don't love the nebulousness of the little sections that you gotta fill in.
All right, oh, this was so sweet. Look at this, everybody.
And there's a pledge in here.
This feels like I just won an award on Character Counts Day.
Yeah, this might work for somebody else. There's a lot of pages in here.
Some good instruction in the front, I guess. I do spot a misspelling.
Telephone number, dates covered in this book. Yes, this is the information I want to put in the front of my journal.
So the section here for jurat and acknowledgement, you are just checking off a box here.
I know the tendency sometimes is, oh, if I have like all the documents listed like this, then I can just check all that apply for that loan package and put it all under that one entry. But again, be careful, because a lot of states want you to have a separate entry for each notarization and each signer. I'm gonna have to rank this one low just because of the fact that it really tries to imply that you can use one entry for many documents and multiple signers.
I don't like the layout, and I'm not a huge fan of the spiral notebook vibe for a notary journal.
So this next journal, it's a smaller size, it's compact and easy to take along with you for travel.
The thing I'm feeling is like if you write really big, this one's not for you. It's real tiny.
And it gives instructions on what to do first and what needs to follow, which is nice.
If you're working with people who may have visual problems or may not be able to write very small and sign their name in that tiny space, that might be an issue for them as well physically.
Like there's no way I could write out acknowledgement in here. I have signatures that wouldn't even fit.
The durability of this one, I mean, it is kind of flimsy.
This really feels like a notepad, and it even feels like one of the cheaper notepads that you'd get from like the Dollar Tree kind of thing. It's really floppy. Thank you. It says thank you for you.
Okay, now we've come to, it looks like, the National Notary Association's journal.
I like this journal. I like the hard covers.
Let's do a little ASMR.
It has the across 2 pages entry space with 8 entries per page.
And you've got some examples here on how to actually perform different types of notarizations, which can be very helpful, especially if you're new.
Additional information. If my signer argued with me, if my signer left early, if my signer refused to sign, and I didn't finish that notarization, I still want to document it in my journal. That's where I do that, in the additional information section.
And also with the privacy guard, this thing just kind of protects any entries that were made earlier in your journal so that prying eyes won't have the chance to see anything other than their specific entry in your journal.
I just prefer this, it's sturdier. When I'm filling in the customer's info, it just lays flat.
488 spots in here, that might be the most, and you get the most space that to write everything. I love this.
I have been with the NNA for over 20 years, and I've watched our products evolve to better serve our customers and to meet the needs of the notary. I also know the NNA has been around for 70 years almost, so I hope they're getting it right.
This is gonna get a very high score from me. I'm gonna say 10 out of 10, and if I can be frank, it's a 15 out of 10. I would always choose this journal. I love the bookmark, I love the privacy guard, I love all the space to write. I write really big. And it's gonna keep all my notarial acts safe in its beautiful hardcover.